Okay, so we're up to Siman Ayin Tes Halacha Hey. So we're talking about the halachas of Torah and Krias Shema. This is very nogea. If a person has pets, what if you got a pet dog we spoke about yesterday? But what if you got a pet cat? And the cat, you've got a little basket in the corner of the living room, and the cat, leaves some tzoya behind. Is that a problem to say Krias Shema, to learn in that room? So it says the Mechaber in Sif Hey, Siman Ayin Tes Sif Hey. Tzoyas chamor horaka la'achar shebo me'aderech. The tzoya of a donkey, which is very liquidy after it's been journeying, it's been traveling. The tzoyas chatul, or a tzoya of a cat, or nemia, or nevela, masrachas, or some sort of other rodent, or nevela masrachas, dinam k'tzoyas odom. They have the status of tzoyas odom. And therefore it's more problematic, because generally the tzoya of an animal is less problematic, but these animals has got the din of a tzoyas odom, a chamor, that the tzoya is liquidy after a journey, or the tzoya of a chatul which smells. Then you've got a problem. V'haholich b'derech, and someone who travels, afal pisha roya tzoyas behema kenegdoi, even though he sees the tzoya of an animal in front of him, im ein horeach boloi, if the smell doesn't come his way, ein choshesh lemiut lisleisa b'shel chamor. You don't have to be saying, hey, maybe this is the tzoya of a chamor, and therefore it's problematic. But if it's close to the city, you do have to worry, because that's the likelihood it is from a chamor. It says in a place where there are chamorim, so Golders Green Road is not going to be a problem. But if there's a place where there are chamorim, then you got a problem. Good. Says the Mishnah Berurah Sivkatan Chafhei. Says chamor v'hani mistama reichen ra, because mistama, the reach of a tzoya of a chamor, is bad. V'lochin afilu im yizdamin pam echod she'ein merichen also, even if at one time it's not. It's still got a din of tzoyas odom. Okay, so one has to be careful about bad smelling tzoya of a pet cat or something like that. Okay, psif vov. B'Yerushalmi oisa likros keneged mei ragli chamor. The mei raglayim, the urine of a chamor, haba min haderech. Again, you've got to be careful from that. You shouldn't say Krias Shema again, opposite that. Ucheneged says tarnagolim aduma, or against the tzoya in front of the tzoya of a tarnagol aduma, a red hen. Says the Mishnah Berurah, what does that mean? Sivkot Chavov. Because it's red, he must rachas moi. That makes it very smelly and therefore more problematic. The red hens who mashakur in English a hen. Here we go. A red hen, indig. Tarnagol Haidu. He says at the bottom, a Turkish one. Okay, because the tzoya of these animals is very putrid, very smelly. And therefore, it's correct not to keep these hens in your house, where you're learning, and you make brachas. How can a Talmud Chacham walk around without thinking in Torah? And therefore, he's going to have a problem. Okay, Siv Zayin. If you've got the tzoya of a chicken, which is running around the house, that has the same status of the tzoya of a behema chayav and oif, which is okay. But the chicken coop, that's got more of a stench, and that will have the din of tzoyas odom, which is of course problematic. Says the Sivkot, the Mishnah Berurah, Sivkot and Chavzayin, ha'olchim bebayis va'afilu even if you give this animal to eat from the regular grain, gam kein yesh lokel, and therefore that could cause, that's what we say with children, that the only when the children start eating solids, that's when the tzoya begins to smell. So even though you're going to feed them yesh lokel, you can still be mekel. As long as you know that the tzoya doesn't smell, you can be mekel. Chickens which are sitting on their eggs, it's known that their tzoya is very bad smelling. Then it's clear that their tzoya has got the same status tzoyas odom. Halul shelohem, the coop, the chicken coop, hu binyan cotton, it's a small construction, ha'osu le'avozin v'tarnagolim, which is made for chickens, mipnei she'rabo b'tzoya, because there's going to be a lot of tzoya in that place. Yesh bo sirchun, is very bad smell, v'humos, and it's disgusting. Al kein dinner k'tzoyas odom, and therefore you can't say krishma in close proximity to that. Because of achai odom, v'hu adin dir shel behema, the pen of an animal, gam kein also mitam zeh v'ayim v'halocha mashe kosavnu b'zeh. Okay, sif ches, also likris keneged ashbo sherechera. If you've got a public rubbish heap, some sort of dustbin which is bad smelling, then you've got a problem. Says the Mishnah Berurah, sherechera v'dinah lechol davar k'tzoyas odom. It's got the status of tzoyas odom. Al kein tzorich laharchik milfonea k'moli einov. V'afilim yodua she'en bo tzoya meiraglaim. Even if you know there is no tzoa or meiraglaim there, v'hu min Torah, that is, and then that would be a problem in Torah. Zeh haklal. This is the general rule. Kol reach ra habot midov hamasriach. Any bad smell which comes from a source of something which is masriach, which smells, it has a source. You've got to distance yourself from it like the tzoya of a person, of the bichlal, because that's included in the pasuk that if this smell reaches you, then your camp, your place is not kodesh for also likris, and then you cannot read. Okay. Siftes, let's just finish off this simon. Siftes, yotz v'menu reach numato. That if a person passes wind, also b'divrei Torah, achayich lehareach. He's got to wait, he can't continue learning or davening until the smell dissipates. Im yotz mechaver b'divrei Torah, mutar b'divrei Torah. But if you're sitting and it comes not from you but from your friend, then you're allowed to. Mishum de'i efsha, because otherwise it's going to cause so much bittul Torah. Shatalmidim k'sosim gorsim k'sosim yeshenim, because you have a person who's sitting over a shtender, sometimes he drops off, he's sitting the whole day learning, and therefore it's inevitable it's likely when he maybe have dropped off, mafichim b'toich hashena, during the course of his sleep, maybe he would have passed wind. But even if it's from your friends, then when it comes to krishma, you have to wait until the reach to go. Okay, these are important halachas to know. Says the Mishnah Berurah Sif Katan Lamed, that if it's you, then we said you just have to also b'divrei Torah sheyich lehareach. But if it's yotz mechaveira, then it's mutar b'divrei Torah. So why? Says the Mishnah Berurah Sif Katan Lamed, mishum dereach ra she'ein lo ikka hu also rak midrabanan. Because this is a reach ra which has no ikka. It's just wind, and therefore it may be bad smelling, but it's only also midrabon. And therefore Chazal will not go there if it comes from your friend. Bittul Torah. Likris krishma, but we said likris krishma. We said osa achayich lareach. Then you've got to wait. Why? Says the Mishnah Berurah, you've got another base. The Efshalot says lechutz levitikers, because you can just step away, go away from the smell outside or wherever, and then you can say krishma. Because if you wanted to, you could just move away to a place where you can't hear the noise of the passing of the wind. Okay, say that's the end of that simon.